November 1st, the day on which the Poles recall those who have departed. Over 6 million Polish citizens perished in World War II. 1 out of every 5 inhabitants of Poland. No other country had suffered so heavily in that war. Here, memory of those who had fallen fighting for independence never dies. Shortly before the war broke out, Hitler said in a speech to Wehrmacht officers, "The destruction of Poland is the primary task. The aim is not the arrival at a certain line, but the annihilation of living forces. Be merciless, be brutal. It is necessary to proceed with maximum severity. The war is to be a war of annihilation." These instructions were carried out meticulously. Under the secret agreement with Nazi Germany, Soviet Russia occupied Vilnius and many other cities in Poland. As of September the 17th, Poland was forced to resist 2 invaders. The unexpected Soviet attack put into jeopardy the defense strategy of the Polish High Command. The second line of defense and the support troops received a blow in the back.
In September 1939, when the Second World War started in Poland, many people forget that Poland was attacked and invaded from 2 sides, both by the Germans and by the Soviets. And this double invasion had many consequences, both for people at the time and for the...
17th of September, we get the information this Russian tank crossed over our border, not far away from our defense, which we prepare against the German. After we were confronted with them, the order notify us not to shoot, but they come as friends. Disoriented, we put our weapon down and supposed to be interned.
In discussing the war dead of Poland during the Second World War, it's important, I think, to make some basic distinctions. Of course, there was a major category of the victims of racial genocide. Something in the order of 5 to 6 million Jews were killed in Poland, about 3 million of them being Polish citizens. But there were other victims of genocide. The Nazis conducted a very vicious genocidal campaign against the Polish intelligentsia at the beginning of the war. And many people, of course, are not aware that the first wave of genocide in Poland was conducted, in fact, against Poles rather than against...
The first large-scale street roundups in Warsaw started in May 1940. However, mass arrests were carried out even before that. It was rare for anyone imprisoned in the Pawiak jail in Warsaw to survive. The student Elżbieta Zachorska was shot for tearing down a German poster. The Polish intelligentsia was the main target of the wave of arrests which started in November 1939. The arrests embraced pre-war political leaders, lawyers, physicians. The action was codenamed AB, and its objective was to liquidate the Polish intelligentsia and people with leadership qualities. Irregular transports of Pawiak prisoners to an execution site in the woods of Palmyry outside Warsaw started on December the 7th, 1939. The trucks stopped on the verge of the woods and the prisoners were ordered to get off. Their hands were bound and they were blindfolded. Then they were led to a clearing and lined up along a newly dug trench. They were shot by a police or SS firing squad. Those who did not die instantly under the hail and machine gun fire were finished off with pistol shots. There are over 3,000 graves at this cemetery. The bodies of political activists, lawyers, university professors, teachers, physicians, and priests exhumed from the mass graves. 250 of the victims were Polish intellectuals of Jewish extraction. Among the graves, those of the Speaker of the Parliament, Maciej Rataj, and the Los Angeles Olympics 10,000 meters gold medalist Janusz Kusaczynski. Those who lie here are people who held a position of stature in Polish society.
Where we discussed in camp that the Warsaw gave up, I expressed to one of staff officer, he was colonel, said that we can wait now here, safety to the end of the war. He said to me, "You are naive." I didn't understand his statement. He said, "You don't know the Russian. I survived the Russian Revolution. You are young, 19 years, your duty is to escape. They kill you, they kill us the same way as the monk in the monastery of 1917, where the spots are here," and he showed with the finger. So I was lucky, I escaped. However, my brother, who was lieutenant in light cavalry, he stayed out. He didn't escape.
The discovery by the Germans in April 1943 of the mass graves of Polish officers at Katyń had shocked Polish public opinion.
Later, as I was in prison camp, we were notified that the German discovered the grave of Polish officers in Katyń, close to Kozielsko. My cousin, medical doctor, he was member of Red Cross to identify the remaining from officers in Katyń. He found also remaining of my brother Kazimierz Wyrobek, the lieutenant of light cavalry. He found by him letter from home and documents identified his person. This old paper my cousin brought back to Kraków on gift to his wife. What later she still afraid to have such document, she destroyed them.
The discovery by the Germans in April 1943 of the mass graves of Polish officers at Katyń had shocked Polish public opinion.
Later, as I was in prison camp, we were notified that the German discovered the grave of Polish officers in Katyń, close to Kozielsko. My cousin, medical doctor, he was member of Red Cross to identify the remaining from officers in Katyn. He found also remaining of my brother Kazimierz Wyrobek, the lieutenant of light cavalry. He found by him letter from home and documents identified his person. This old paper my cousin brought back to Krakow and gave to his wife. What later she still afraid to have such document, she destroyed them.
90% of these officers were reservists, physicians, university professors, scientific workers, lawyers, journalists, artists. The AB action of destroying the Polish intelligentsia had been executed simultaneously by both occupiers, the Germans and the Russians.